All right, so if you download that file on the lab requirements portal, yung makita, cover page. So it's for Chinese Electronics. Just change this part of the document, your name and your year level. This is the table of contents. For every experiment, we need to change ang title sa experiment. So to add new rows, just press tab after the last one. Ito naman siguro mo, basics naman sa Microsoft Word. So this is going to be the format for each lab report, objectives, context, circuit, measure data, deliverables, and conclusion. So what are these? Dili ang description for each portion. Okay. So kung basahan na, attached is the file which lays out the format for the lab reports that you're going to write out from the laboratory activities and their simulation.
Marag mo ng tupik kay sa leader na ronda.
Sorry for that. For each new activity, simply add a new set of tables copied from the format on page 3 with titles of the experiment already reflected. The compiled reports will be submitted at the end of the semester, with each experiment not necessarily done each week, but recommended so that they won't pile up. But in our case, when pile up na gyud kay duha ta ka semana nga wala naka-meet due to holiday. So again, mo niya atong format, di ba? Objective, context, circuit, measure data, deliverable, and conclusion. As for the objectives will be given. So no problem with that. But you're going to provide a context, which will just be a short explanation of the underlying electronic theories and principles that may have been discussed in the lecture or is available in the lab doc itself. No? So usahay ang context is nadaan sa lab experiment na document. So pwede na to i-summarize lang. No, di na to i-totally copy. Summarize lang kay taas-taas man dito. And you only need a few paragraphs or sentences to provide a short context. So later atong ma-observe kung sa gining pasabot na ako. That governs the said experiment. It may be written after the experiment is done. So di necessarily nga dili ta mo una og focus sa context. The circuit will just be a screenshot of the multi-sim live screen. So kung saan yung multi-sim live, muna siya ang first na activity. Again, ang circuit will just be a screenshot of the multi-sim live screen. The measure data will also be a screenshot after running the circuit for voltage, current measurements, and generated waveform. Only when applicable. So depende yung sa ipangayoon. If nangangayo og mga data for voltage and current, so measure data, no? Kana siya. Kung may waveform, ang waveform also. Naman dili voltage and current or waveform or calculations. When applicable only. So dili tanan base na experiment nga dili na manginahanglan og waveform. So wala tayong ibutan necessarily dito. Write down the answers to the required deliverables. What are these deliverables? Ako gapo nang ipakita later. We know that it is a deliverable because it is indicated as 1-1, 1-2, so on. No? After which, properly conclude the experiment based on the objectives. So, after sa deliverables, conclusion na dayon, but the conclusion will be based on the objective. No? Properly conclude lang the experiment based on the objectives, not on the measured data. Okay? So, first activity, Lab 1. NI Multisim Live account. So nadire, create your own account on the National Instruments website for Multisim Live. So what is Multisim Live? Multisim Live is a circuit simulation software for browser-based. So di natin need na mag-download and di natin need mag-install sa tong computer. Okay? So, ato lang mo dire, multisim.com, and then create an account. Sign up for free. So, create lang mo account sa Multisim Live. Sign up. At available pa karon. Don't know why. Pero sige lang, maybe later or tomorrow available na ni. So, ang yung i-submit sa first na portal is screenshot na naka-successfully create mo account. Okay? So, sabit lang niyo dire. So, ang lab proper is mag-start sa lab 2. So, diodes in a rectifier, that's the title for lab 2. Lab 3 is Zener diodes, lab 4 is BJT. So, ako daw i-open ang lab 2. Muna siya ang lab experiment document. Ang muna itsura. More or less, nasa mga mag-average of 10 pages na siya. So, manitanan. Download lang din ninyo. So, the objectives are written right here. Learning objectives. After completing the lab, you will be able to complete the following activities. So, muna na siya i-copy sa objectives na part here. Of course, italong lang po ninyo og formatting. Pero muna i-copy paste diha. Okay. For the context, even ang experiment document na provide na siya og context pero taas man kaayo. No? So here, na theory and background, muna siya ang context. So inyo lang ni i-summarize og mga 2 to 3 to, no, not necessarily 2 good, but 3 to 5 sentences. No? I-summarize lang ni. Ano siya. So ang context sa kaning document experiment is mga 3 pages. No? Lapil ni, so 2 pages la. Summarize lang ni 3 to 5 sentences. Muna yung ibutang sa context. So this is the first deliverable. Check your understanding. Answer these multiple choice questions. Okay. So kung kabalo ta sa answer ani, nanatay duha ka deliverable nga ako man. Then simulate. In this activity, you will simulate the behavior of a full wave rectifier in Multisim Live. So click the link below. Click lang na siya, madirect na siya sa diode in a rectifier. So kung natay account sa Multisim, ato ning ma-simulate. Ma-measure na to ang data and ma-measure na to ang waveform. Pwede na ako login na akong own account kung makaya ba. Pwede na ako. Again, available pa man. So, nag-crash siguro ang own system. Maybe later or tomorrow, ma-open na siya. Pero, again, click lang na to ni. It will direct us to the circuit. And kung ato ning i-open ang circuit, na i-button dito for simulations. Simulate lang na to, kita na to ng waveform, kita na to yung mga measure data. Then, next deliverable for this experiment, 1-3. Again, I know nga deliverable ni because na nakabutang 1-3. Hypothesize the pathway of current for the negative half, so on and so forth. Wala ni siya ito i-copy, paste na ito dealing apart, deliverable. Ang kaning measure data is screenshot sa measured na voltages and screenshot sa signal waveform. I think for experiment number 2, wala na ning calculation. So, pwede na na-erase. Only when applicable, ito ibutang. Another deliverable, 1-4. Answer natin yung question. Mostly, ang mga deliverables kay multiple choice question or essay, just like this one, or objective type questions. So, ang kuan mismo, ang lab experiment is na own na conclusion in the form of deliverable questions. So, i-copy lang yapon nato ni, then i-answer lang dito. But lahi gid ang actual na conclusion for the experiment per se. Kani is under lang ni siya sa conclusion sa document. So these are still deliverables for us. 1-5, 1-6, and 1-7. So answer nato ni. So for lab number 2, there are 7 deliverables, 1 screenshot for voltage and current, and 1 screenshot for signal waveform. So if naka-create na tao og Multisim account, more or less mga 30 minutes, 1 hour, probably mahuman na ta sa atong lab report. So very easy. Same gyapon for lab 3 and lab 4. Lab 3 is Zener diodes, no? 9 pages sa gyapon. And pila ka deliverable ni? 9 gyapon, no? 1-9 taman. So for lab 4 BJT, 12 pages, but 7 lang ka deliverable. 2-7 man siya. So na 2-1. Ang 1- something is 1-3. So mga 10 kabok ni ka deliverable. 1-1 to 1-3 and 2-1 to 2-7. Taas siya gamay. Pero all the instructions and the procedures are all here. So no need for us to have some difficulty performing the lab activities. Okay. So again, if you have any questions regarding ANE, you could refer to this recorded video, try to review it. And if napagin mo yung questions and concerns, I'm open anytime. Pwede na ko ninyo i-PM.